All right. What is up, everybody? We're back. Gosh. See what we got going on here. I'm a little bit confused about this. Let me see something here. Yeah, wow. This is like, wow. This is whack, dude. I'm just like, I'm trying to understand why this isn't pulling up for me. Okay, here we go. All right. So what's up, guys? What is happening? Super excited. Oh, shit. Sorry about earlier. I'm not sure exactly what was going on with my stream, but for whatever reason, guys, the stream wasn't showing up on Twitch. I don't know why, but we're back, and I'm very thankful to be here with all you guys. Let me just kind of go ahead and get this stuff circulating here on the web. So what are we doing here? Well, here's the deal, guys. I'm going to be answering all of your questions in regard to zerodark, the things that we've got going on here. Out of the space, super excited. Just gonna kind of get this rolling here. Hello? What's up? Yeah, it's good. I'm streaming. What are you doing? Yeah, no, everything is just outstanding. Remember Dre, the guy from Hill and Head Exterminators? What do you mean? The one that like sat here for like an hour or whatever? Yeah, he was in here for about 3 hours with me today. No, just talking. Yeah, he was man, he was talking for a minute. No, he was in the midst of I guess, well, he was on his break for work, but man, he was for sure on a long break.
The ones who.
But anyways, yeah, so what are you guys doing? Cool. No. All right. Let me get back to the stream. I'll talk to you soon. All right, see ya. Bye. Let's see here. Okay. All right, guys, we're just kind of getting this like moving here. All you guys who are coming to the stream, I appreciate all of you. I've got big stream here. I guess you could say a decent sized stream, right? We're going to be going over a number of different things that have been happening on my end. What's been going on with zerodark as we've opened the doors to the space. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go over some stuff with you guys. Got a whole lot of things to show you. Whole lot of things that I'm excited to share with you guys for sure. So this is I'm streaming for the first time out of zerodark. This is the spaceman. Gosh, yeah, it's been what a wild journey it's been so far for us. Just the simple fact of the matter that 80, 90 days ago, this space, guys, was completely like, I mean, it was vacant in here. It used to be a sports clips. Completely different from anything that I had ever really imagined it would be, but we got this space, turned it into this thing, and now zerodark is a living, breathing place. Now, it's a little bit, the weekdays we've been finding it's a little bit slow just because, it's like, school's in session, you've got, people spend all their money probably, blowing it on Christmas gifts and stuff like that. And we just started the business a couple weeks ago, so obviously we have to work on continuing to get the word out to everybody that this place exists. And I'm going to go over everything in terms of what you guys can expect from this space, what we're planning on doing with it. I'm super excited about it. Before we get to that, let's see. I'm going to jump over here. Because, yeah, I've got a lot of stuff I want to share with you guys. I really do. I got a video, first and foremost, that I want us to watch together. And then we'll go from there. But really quick, I want to grab a quick drink. Let's do it, guys. Let's do this thing. So, realized my waters are actually up here, so I grabbed myself a snack while we're talking, guys. Welcome, everybody. I'm excited to share all this stuff with you guys. Lots of things. Parker Burris, will there be content on the channel? Yes, sir. Absolutely. I have been AFK for a while, Parker, obviously, building this space. So this is zerodark. This is South Carolina's home for gaming, esports, photography, videography, and entertainment. And so that's what this space is and what it's going to be. We're now open to the public. So people come in here, they can play video games. You have access to Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC. They get access to all of Xbox Game Pass, all of PlayStation Premium Plus, all of Nintendo Switch Online, and of course, PC Game Pass. So basically, they have access to over 1,000 games at their disposal. We have 14 stations that are scattered around the arena. So I call this area, so like basically from this place, from this point, all the way back here is the arena. Now there is a lounge in the back. The lounge is actually designed for podcasts, virtual reality, things of that nature. But before we get into all of this stuff, guys, I think it's really important to like give you all some context on how we got here. And I've got a video that I want to share with you guys, or I want to show you guys that that we brought out. We're going to get to it here in a moment. Let me just go ahead and I'm gonna switch screens here so you guys can see kind of what I'm seeing. Okay. Pull this up. Actually, matter of fact, let me check something here. Okay. We're just gonna watch this thing together, right?
What's up, guys? It's been a while, and I'm really excited to share a few things with you in this video. Obviously, guys, I've been AFK for a while. We have not been posting a lot of content, and there's a reason for that. The reason, I'll get right into it for all of you guys who have been kind of wondering, is zerodark. So zerodark, guys, I started on this path about, a little bit over a year ago. We started a company called zerodark, and I had this idea in my head of what I wanted it to look like, what I wanted eventually zerodark to become. We started off as a photography, videography business with the mindset of one day starting a gaming space, an esports space, a place that you could go to create content, a place you could go to compete in tournaments, place just for pure entertainment, whether it's, your love of gaming, your love of esports, whatever it is, this is a space that is exactly for you.
Okay, so what I want to say about this really quick, guys, is this space that you're seeing in the background here is, it used to be a sports clips. Now, a sports clips, this is sports clips. They do haircuts. Typically, like it's meant for guys. Typically, you would come in here and you could have they would have like a station with you have a TV that you can watch sports while you're getting your haircut done. This space was a sports clips for 20 years. And now the sports clips that was here, they moved to kind of like a neighboring city to where I am located in South Carolina. And this space was open, and obviously my mindset was, how can I create a space for gamers, by gamers, within here? And obviously, we were looking, it took us a long time to figure out okay, what exactly, what kind of space do we need? What kind of space do we want? Because I started zerodark back in 2023, and we started as a photography, videography company. And with the idea, though, the mindset, like I say in the video, of creating a space also for gaming. And so that's kind of how we got here. This is now, like I said, it is fully transformed from a sports clips into a gaming heaven almost, where you have access to so many different opportunities for gaming, content creation, all of those things. So anyways, I wanted to give some context on that.
And I could not be more excited, man. There's been so much that was put into this thing. We got a retail space that's like in this plaza, and it's really cool because this specific unit was, before it was Zero Dark, it was a sports clips, like a place where you would get your hair cut. And a lot of work, passion, all of the demo work, all of the different things that we had to do to change the space from what it was being a sports clips to what it's become, which is of course Zero Dark. From the painting to the flooring to getting all of the equipment, there was so much that went into it, guys. And I'm really proud of what we've built and what we're doing to create a place that is for all gamers. You know, whether you're a dedicated esports enthusiast or a casual gamer, this place is for you. It's really hard to put into words, you know, kind of taking this massive leap of faith to create a space that is dedicated towards this type of world, which, you know, the gaming world is growing year over year in a major way. And so I always felt, though, and I took it really personally as a kid growing up, I always wanted a place like this, a place where I could go meet other people who are also, you know, big time gamers, or more specifically, in my sense, YouTubers, content creators, streamers. I wanted a place that I could meet other people, collaborate on content with different, you know, content creators and stuff. And I thought that that was something that was really important. I'll never forget, you know, GameStop always seemed like the hub of where everybody would go for like a midnight launch. They would, you know, have little tournaments here and there, like during their midnight launches of like Call of Duty or Gears of War. And I always loved that. But I thought, why can't we do that all the time? Why can't we always have tournaments? You know, why can't it be we get together on a consistent basis where it's like a gym for gamers? That's what I really wanted to bring to the forefront when it comes to Zero Dark.
So I think like what's really important about that, guys, is, you know, I wanted to create this place similar to that of like a GameStop or something of that nature. So I think it's like super important that there's a place that's kind of like similar to like a gym for gamers kind of mindset.
Place unlike gaming cafes. You know, a gaming cafe, guys, is awesome, and they're, you know, really popular in Korea, over in Japan. But a gaming cafe, typically when you walk in, you can grab yourself, you know, some drink, some snacks, whatever, you know, some food. And then you sit down and you have a monitor, a PC, and you can just play games. And they're really popular over there. So I thought, why don't we go another level with that concept? At Zero Dark, you're not just going to have access to PC. You're also going to have access to Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. You're going to have a mic, a webcam, obviously mouse and keyboard, access to thousands of games, whether it's on Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation Premium Plus, or the Nintendo Switch Online. There is going to be a lot of different games that you can play, content opportunities. We have a podcast center, you know, where we'll be able to do watch parties and podcasts and things of that nature. And so I'm really excited, guys, to create a space for gamers. This is a gamer speaking to all of you right now who wanted to create a space of something that I didn't have growing up. A place like this, growing up, I would have loved to be a part of something where, you know, there's tournaments consistently in person, where you really feel like you're a part of the action, with the closure of game battles and, you know, a lot of stuff just being online. I think it was really important to create a space, obviously for a local community, but the vision is how can we do even more for gamers, in a, you know, and make a massive impact. And so this is that first step. If you're local to the area, come on out. Let's talk. I can't wait to meet all of you guys. And obviously, guys, we're going to be creating content out of Zero Dark consistently on the YouTube channel, streaming, all of those different things. And so I'm really excited for whether you're here in person or you watch from places around the globe. I'm really excited for you to be a part of this. I really want you all. This is a place that was created for gamers by gamers. And I hate to take the slogan from Razer, but Razer is one of the companies that we have been working with in terms of all of the different chairs within the space are Razer gaming chairs, and super excited, guys. I really am so excited for you to be able to check this out, see what we're doing. And obviously, gaming is a part of our business. We also do photography and videography, and we have a whole slate of, like a menu list of all the different things that we do in terms of offerings for photography and videography services. But I'm just really excited, man, and I'm really thankful that we were given the opportunity to pursue this thing. Not everybody gets an opportunity to start their own business. Like I said, we started this in 2023. Finally, get locked in a space. We have everything that we need to make this thing happen. And I just can't wait for all of you, and I want all of you to be on this journey with us. Really excited about it, guys. I hope you all will follow the story and follow the journey with us. And I can't wait to be on this thing with all of you. I'll see you guys all soon.
Okay, so had somebody walk into zerodark, guys. Okay, so I wanna and by the way, I am going to have to do if people walk into zerodark while I'm streaming, it's going to be really important that I just need your understanding of that. So here's the deal with all of this stuff. I think what's really important, guys, zerodark as a whole, I mention it almost like a gym for gamers. And the reason why I bring it up in that it kind of in that way, imagine you go to the gym, right? You go to a gym, and what's really cool about the gym is typically you have more options than you would at your house, right? You have a ton more options in terms of like different types of weights, band work, all kinds of different things, right? Whereas at home, you might not have as much at your disposal. The idea with zerodark being like a gym for gamers is it's a place not only that you can, you have access to Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, virtual reality, a full podcast setup. So if you want to do podcasts, you can do that. You can do virtual reality. You have access to all of PlayStation Premium Plus, all of Xbox Game Pass, all of Nintendo Switch Online, and all of PC Game Pass. So you just have a lot more options, right? In terms of what you can be, like what you can do. And I think that that's like super, I personally think that that's incredibly important when we look at the grand ecosystem of gaming. I think that a place where people can come to not only play video games, but to collaborate on content. Like say you want to be a YouTuber and you're trying to learn how to become a YouTuber, well, you can do it right here. You can stream from zerodark, you can create YouTube content from zerodark, you can do all of basically, and I think what's really important is meeting like-minded people who are also into the same exact thing as you are. Whether that's, see, for me, growing up in Ohio, there was never a place like this where I could go to create content, to meet other like-minded people who were into the same thing I was, like into, YouTube content. And yes, I met a lot of people who were into gaming, but they weren't into like the exact same thing as me, which was content creation. And so this is kind of a space where people can come to create content, to make videos, or just play games, or nerd out about video games and about esports and things of that nature. So we're incredibly excited about zerodark as a company. I think that, you know, now we're just really working on getting the word out. So to kind of give you guys an idea of, you know, what this all like, what it kind of looks like all over. I know some of you got to see the video, and if you guys haven't checked out the video, I posted on my YouTube channel. We opened an internet cafe. You guys can definitely check that out. But this kind of gives you an idea of what you can expect within zerodark. So zerodark, guys, we have 14 stations. So you have 14 stations. Each station, you have access, like I said, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. You have access to the entire library of Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation Premium Plus, Nintendo Switch Online. We have a lounge that has a full podcast setup. So you can do podcasts inside of the lounge, watch parties, as well as virtual reality. So we have the MetaQuest 3S is the virtual reality that we have within the space as well. Like I said, we just opened zerodark, and I'm streaming from zerodark right now. We've only have been open for a little bit over a week now, and what I'm really excited about is not only, you know, continuing to get the word out to everybody, but also the tournaments. Lots of people are really excited in the area for tournaments, and we are planning on doing a lot of tournaments out of the space. Whether we're talking, you know, we're going to kick off our tournament run with Call of Duty Black Ops 6 2v2. We'll be starting that here, and then we're going to be starting Super Mario Smash Brothers, Tekken, as well as Mortal Kombat. And then we'll kind of evolve from there. You know, obviously Marvel Rivals is the really hot game right now, and I'm sure there's going to be more in the future. So there's that. Now, zerodark, we, like I'd mentioned, part of what we do is gaming. We also do photography and videography. You guys can check out our websites. We have zerodarkgaming.com and zerodarkphotography.com. Zerodark Photography has all of the different services that we offer with that, and like I said, super excited, super proud of kind of what we're building on both of these fronts for sure. I do want to let's see. Okay, so, and this is you know, you guys can go on the website to look at these things yourself, but you can kind of see how we have our packages, right? So if you have single admission to zerodark, you can see kind of the prices, right? So the way that we structured it is, since we're open currently 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., the way we have it structured is kind of like what you would see at a movie theater. You have matinee versus prime time. And it's also kind of like a miniature golf, like mini putt-putt or whatever, where you have hourly play and unlimited play. So you can either do, you know, hourly, which there's a timer that goes if you're playing hourly, and then unlimited, you get a 6-hour slot to play. And then our pro package and our legendary package, those two are both based around birthday parties or celebrations, or if somebody wanted to essentially rent out the space or have a private event, that's what those two are for. So anyway, so yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at. And now in terms of the games that are pre-downloaded here at zerodark, I know some of you are probably wondering, well, what games are already downloaded? So you'll see we have, in terms of the pre-downloaded games on PC, you've got League of Legends, StarCraft 2, CSGO 2, Among Us, Dota 2, Valorant, Minecraft, Rocket League, Roblox, Legends of Runeterra, Fortnite, Dead by Daylight, Marvel Rivals, Diablo 4, and StarCraft. Okay, so those are the games that are pre-downloaded on the PCs right when you come in. Now, like I said, you have access to all of PC Game Pass. You can download a game while you're here, and while you're waiting for it to download, you can play one of the pre-downloaded games. And we're constantly adding to this list, guys, of different games. You know, we've gotten some people that have been asking about, for example, some people are asking about Mortal Kombat 1, or they're asking about, you know, specific games on PC, like Delta Force just came out. So there's a number of games that people are asking us to pre-download, but this is the list of pre-downloaded games on PC. When we get to console, we got a list of games that we also have on console that are pre-downloaded. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Apex Legends, The Finals, Street Fighter, Halo Infinite, Astro's Playroom, Minecraft, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us, Death Stranding, Overwatch 2, Gears of War, Rainbow Six Siege, 2K, Uncharted, Mario Kart Deluxe 8, Fall Guys, Asphalt Legends Unite, and then F-Zero 99 and Tetris 99. So those are like the games that we have pre-downloaded on the consoles to kind of give you guys an idea of what, and like I said, this is once again kind of somewhat of a revolving door where we're going to be consistently adding more games to the list, finding out like, okay, what games do people really like? We're already, like, to give you an example, like with the console games, we don't have Marvel Rivals listed on here, but we're noticing a lot of people are downloading Marvel Rivals on the consoles, so we'll probably be adding that here just to all the consoles at some point in the future. Probably the PlayStation consoles, I would assume, but nonetheless, that is for sure a thing. So that's kind of to kind of give you guys an idea of like the pricing, how our pricing is structured, and then the games that you can play immediately when you walk into Zero Dark. I think that's that. And then, like I said, I talked about the photography stuff, so I think we covered all of those things. Okay. The next thing, okay, let's go down here. Hope I'm answering like any of your guys' questions that you have in regard to this, in regard to Zero Dark, this space and everything that we're kind of, you know, what we're building here. Like I'd mentioned, guys, when you first walk into Zero Dark, you have the entire, like really you have like almost like a little lobby area over to my left, your right. It's a little lobby area where people can, like, you know, if they want to take a break from gaming or something, they can just have a snack, grab a drink, things like this. We have a vending machine in here. And then they can also take their drinks to their station. And then they, 14 stations, they can sit at their station and play video games, things of that nature, create content, YouTube content, whatever it is that they want to do that they can do. And then they just go based on like an hourly or unlimited play basis. So hope that makes sense. And we're getting a lot of feedback from a lot of people about, you know, like just a lot of different things. You know, it's kind of all over the place right now for sure. Okay, so what else? I'm also going to be talking here today, guys, with you about some other games that I want to talk about for sure. I'm going to talk about State of Decay 3 tonight. I'm going to talk about Titanfall 3. We're going to talk about Gears of War E-Day. We're going to talk about Cyberpunk Orion, The Witcher 4, and GTA 6. I want to talk about all of them. I definitely do. We may, if we get some time at the very end of the stream, to talk about Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, the newest game by none other than Naughty Dog. We might talk about that, but I definitely want to talk about these other games first. Starting off with State of Decay 3. So, yeah, for sure. We're definitely going to do that. Hope you guys are all having an outstanding day, night so far. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. And I don't know what happened earlier, guys, with my stream. It was like super, super bizarre. It was the first stream I've ever had out of here, first and foremost. But I was having some issues with, for whatever reason, the stream was working fine on YouTube, but it wasn't like you could hear me on Twitch, but you couldn't see the screen and stuff. It was really, really bizarre. And so anyways, I think we got it kind of figured out. I mean, we're just now getting back into the groove of creating content after this 70, 80, 90 day, however you want to look at it, grind that has been getting this space to a place where Now, dude, it's, I mean, it's here. Like, it's crazy to think the space now is a real place. Like, it's kind of wild, but it's awesome. I think zerodark, even though it's going to be it's a lot of work at first when you're starting a business, but I want you guys to be on this journey with me. You know, right now we have nobody else in zerodark. We have people that come in and they're kind of like, man, like, what are you guys doing in here? Like, they're trying to figure out like what's happening. That just happened a little bit ago. And we explain what's happening within zerodark, like what we're doing here. And a lot of people think it's like super cool. So it's just really right now, guys, about getting the word out about zerodark, and like kind of what we're doing here, really to the local area, right? Could we one day get to like more cities and all of that? That would be awesome, dude. But we've got to crush this location here. We got to make it the coolest place on the planet for kids and adults. Like, I think it's got to be a really cool spot for people. And so I think that that's where we're at, and that's where I think a lot of people are starting to respond to that in a really positive way. So I'm super excited about it. That being said, though, let's go ahead and I'm going to talk about State of Decay 3. Before that, though, let me grab a drink. I know people are asking about, is there going to be content on the channel? Yes. Guys, I've taken a very long hiatus from YouTube. And when I say very long, I mean like, a few months here, because I have been solely focused on this thing here at zerodark. I mean, it's taken me, a few months to get this space to what you see right now. And the videos that you guys can watch of zerodark and all that stuff, it took months to get this space to where, from a sports clips to now zerodark, it took a long time. And so that's why I have not been creating content, and there's no excuses. I mean, really, like, we have got to be creating content on a consistent basis regardless. It does not, there's no excuses for it. But if you guys are wondering where I've been for the last few months, it's been months of building this space. It did not come like this. Like, I promise you, this space was built. And so that's what I've been doing for the last number of months. And so anyways, there will be content on the YouTube channel, guys, on all of our channels. So kind of give you guys an idea of what that's going to look like. So if we go over to, where am I going? So if we go to YouTube, right, and I'll pull up here what you guys can expect. So here's what we got. We got my personal YouTube channel, which, by the way, I want to talk to you guys about some of this stuff. Like, okay, we just posted this video. We opened an internet cafe, and that's why I'm live streaming right now, showing you guys that we opened this internet cafe known as zerodark, which I'm super excited about. I am going to be posting content consistently. Well, you guys can see. Okay, let's go to the videos. So it has been 2 months since our last upload. And what you guys will see on the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel has gone through a number of phases over the course of time where I've talked about all kinds of different things. It started off as gaming. We started off really as StarCraft 2 casting. I was casting StarCraft 2 pro games. And then that evolved to talking about, doing commentaries on different Blizzard games. And then we started talking about a multitude of different games and all different genres and things of that nature. And it's just kind of evolved over time. And we've posted over 3,000 videos, got 7.14K subscribers, which super grateful for all the subscribers. But now it's about how do we go to the next level? What's the next iteration of this thing? And I think, guys, it's going to be going back to like talking about gaming stuff because I own a gaming space now, that being zerodark. and we do entertainment and all kinds of different things, whether it's a vlog or maybe a scattered vlogs throughout the course of time. Maybe it's going to be, you know, filming tournaments. You know, it could be like a multitude of different things. But when we look at the YouTube videos, I was talking about, you know, news for the last few months. Now, before that, we were talking, I've noticed like different trends on the YouTube channel between like Cyberpunk 2077 seems to be content that people have, you know, responded pretty well to, especially for a channel of my size. State of Decay 3, a lot of people have been interested in that. Call of Duty content is really non-existent at this point. I mean, it's just, there's not, it's too oversaturated. Gears of War, definitely. You know, The Witcher 4, I think could be something. Like I said, Cyberpunk Orion, State of Decay, and maybe even some GTA 6 potentially. You know, we'll see kind of as time goes, but even Titanfall was getting, you know, some viewership as well. So we're just trying to figure out like, okay, what is it that you guys want to watch, first of all, but because it seems like I've done a multitude of different things on the channel, and each thing has gotten, you know, views. Now, it might not be the views that you guys might be thinking of like, you know, hundreds of thousands of views of video or anything like that, but on a much smaller scale, I've noticed viewership in a multitude of different genres of games, different types of games. And so, you know, I'm thinking about going back to kind of that. Cause I mean, I like talking about so many different things, but like the news, I'm good with the news, but at the same time, I'm like, I love games, dude. I want to talk about games. And now that I have a gaming space, I think it's really important to have, you know, to be talking about games, being very well versed in games. So that being said, though, what we're going to do, guys, we're going to also talk briefly here about the ANML YouTube network. So obviously, guys, for those of you who don't know, I own wereanml. We're going to work really hard to get ANML back from the grave, for sure. Now, what that looks like, it could very well be GTA 6. I think that we're going to start creating content around GTA 6, and I think we're going to be posting it on wereanml. Zerodark, obviously, we just started. I've got like 2 videos on Zerodark, and that's going to be, you know, we're going to be consistently uploading, you know, content and things of that nature on Zerodark. Animal Clips, Animal Horror, Animal TV Network, and then Animal Sports. Those ones, I'm not going to say are on the back burner, but I really need to focus on wereanml, as well as Zerodark, and then my personal YouTube channel. We focus on those 3 channels right now. Once we can kind of get the ball rolling there, then these other channels, these other 4 channels, we'll find a way in there at some point or another. So there's that. What I'm going to do, guys, I'll be right back, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about State of Decay 3. State of Decay 3. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to be right back. 2 minutes. some of my TVs. I need to get it. You know what? Honestly, I need to get it so that the TVs don't like just stop playing like after a certain period of time. Like this one back here, we got Ninja. He's back over here. So we got a few TVs in here, guys. I have this TV over here that kind of typically will show like a streamer or someone playing something. Like we have Ninja playing Fortnite right now. On this TV over here, we've got, I usually put like sports on. So like, we got ESPN or NFL Live is on right now. I have a TV right above our front desk here that kind of it shows like our pricing and stuff like that. It also has kind of like we have a slideshow that plays like different photos and stuff that were taken inside of the space. And then I have a big TV in the lounge that you probably saw in the video. But yeah. But all that being said, guys, we're going to get into talking about... We're going to talk about State of Decay 3. And not just State of Decay 3. We're going to talk about a few things here. Okay. Where are we at here? Go ahead and just check something here, guys. Maybe it's my phone. Is it my phone? It has to be my phone. Is there an update for Twitch right now on... Gotta check something. Let me go over here. All right. I'm just going to look and see if there's an update for Twitch on the app. There must be, or something. That is so whack, dude. Okay. I'm not sure. Not sure what's going on with that. Okay. Back here. Perfect. So let's see here. We are 75 followers away from 2,700. That's cool. I didn't even know that. That's awesome. I mean, our first stream back in so long. And guys, I mean, I'm planning on, creating a lot of streams for you guys. I mean, we're looking at, the possibility of doing it almost daily, daily streams. It's what we're kind of hoping for here. Because I really want, like, I think it'll be awesome as more and more people find out about zerodark to like do streams with people that are in the space, having people in the background and stuff. I think it'll be really cool. You know, different people playing different games and everything else. I think it could be something special. But oh, and I know my wife is like super super passionate about this. We got these brochures done. As a matter of fact, why are these like this? Okay, perfect. So what you can see here, we did a brochure, and it just tells you like information about zerodark. Then when you open up the first page, you can kind of see it has like, you can discover the zerodark experience, our photography and videography services. And when you open it up all the way, it's got gaming, it's got esports, podcast, content creation, bang! And then on the back, hey, you want to have a party, buddy? Look at this. Get your party package on. Got the pro package, legendary package. And so we put these together so that we can pass out to like hotels. We can pass them out to schools. Just different places, man. I'm gonna be speaking at a school, local high school in the near future. That would be, what is it, March? In March, we're going to be speaking. I guess this high school locally in our area has an esports club, which is really cool. And then they've got like 2 of their students so far have gone on from the program to becoming, I guess, what was it? They both got like scholarships in college for esports. So I thought that was super cool. So I'm going to be speaking at that school in March. Super hyped about that. I think that's going to be a really cool opportunity for people, more and more people, to find out about zerodark and what we're doing within this space. But yeah, so what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to transition here. We're going to talk about a few games, actually a multitude of games. We're going to talk about a multitude of games here. And I want, you know, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about it in the comment section down below or in the live chat if you're watching this live. About these different games. Once again, we're going to be talking about State of Decay 3, a new Titanfall game, Gears of War E-Day, Cyberpunk Orion, The Witcher 4, GTA 6, and we might even talk about Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, the newest game by none other than Naughty Dog. So just switch screens here. And we're going to be talking about State of Decay 3, okay? This is coming to us from 9 meters. Now, everything that I'm going to be, you know, talking about, guys, this is, you know, take all of the rumors, the speculation, things of that nature, take it all with a pinch of salt, because we don't know if, you know, some of the things are confirmed, some things are, you know, not fully confirmed. But this article coming to us from Troy Reader of 9 meters, State of Decay 3 is likely delayed to 2026, but not due to development. So it seems we will have to wait a bit longer for State of Decay 3, the zombie survival game that promises new gameplay elements and improved visuals. Fans were hoping to get their hands on it this year, but the release is no longer expected in 2025. According to industry insider Ches Corden on the XB2 podcast, who is known for being very reliable, the delay is a strategic move by Microsoft to space out game releases, considering other titles like Fable are also expected in 2025. It should be noted that neither Undead Labs nor Microsoft has officially confirmed or delayed or denied this delay, so it remains a rumor. But as said before, Corden is usually correct on these things. So let me put it to you guys like this. Is it a bummer that State of Decay 3 is probably getting delayed again? It is, because I think that they really should be bringing out State of Decay 3 this year. Because, I mean, next year, the thought is that maybe Gears of War E-Day is going to come out next year, unless they're thinking 2027 for that one. I was thinking that they'll probably give us a release date for Gears of War E-Day this year, and then next year, that being 2026, they would release, the game itself in the fall. So with State of Decay 3 apparently getting a delay, I don't love that, because this game was first revealed in 2020. We can see the next paragraph says, when it comes out, State of Decay 3 will release on Xbox X, S, and PC. We don't have any more of a clue to the exact launch date, as that has not been announced, but just that it will most likely take place in 2026. The game was first revealed in 2020, but details have been scarce since then. Recent updates suggest development is progressing well on the dev side of things, with Undead Labs working to create a more immersive and challenging survival experience. So, oh man, dude, it's a little bit painful, to be a hardcore State of Decay fan, seeing that they are probably going to delay this once again. Players can expect enhanced graphics, larger maps, and new types of zombie enemies in State of Decay 3. The game aims to build on the community management and base building aspects that made previous entries stand out. While waiting for more information, fans remain eager to see how the series will evolve on next-generation hardware. I have no doubt, guys, that State of Decay 3 is going to look awesome. It's probably going to be a really cool entry. Could potentially be the best entry that State of Decay has ever had. However, we have been waiting for this thing since the initial announcement in 2020, so it's been a long time. Now, the rumors of a delay came out, and so recent rumors suggest that State of Decay 3 may not arrive until 2026. This news comes from Corden, an industry insider who discussed it on the XB2 podcast. Corden has a good track record, so this information holds some weight. I gotta tell you, man, usually Ches is correct when he gives a specific, when he starts hearing rumblings and rumors, he's usually spot on with these types of things. And like I said, it would be a gut punch if they moved it once again to 2026. But why? Well, the delay may not be due to development problems. Instead, it appears Microsoft is planning its game releases strategically. With other big titles like Fable expected in 2025, pushing State of Decay 3 to 2026 could give each game more time to shine and avoid a crowded release schedule. This spacing strategy is common in the gaming industry. It prevents an internal competition and maximizes marketing impact for each title. Here's the thing, though, man. Look, I get it that you want to space your game out, but when I look at State of Decay 3 was announced back in 2020, and yeah, Fable was announced a while back too. I just feel like, to me, it makes a lot more sense. Even though, you space them out, but maybe you bring out Fable in the summer, bring out State of Decay in the fall. Something like that makes a lot more sense to me. Yeah, don't release it the same month, but I feel like it's actually development problems. There's issues behind the scenes because this game has been in development for a long time. They released that initial trailer back in 2020, and here we are 5 years later, going on 5 years later, and the game is still not released. That tells me that there's internal issues. It could be creative differences. It could just be that, there's turnover at Undead Labs. It could be a number of different things, but I feel like this is leaning more towards there's some development hell issues going on over at Undead Labs, more than it being, well, we just want to space it out from like Fable. Because next year, what happens if Gears of War E-Day gets announced and that comes out fall of 2026? Well, then it's competing with State of Decay. I mean, it just doesn't make much sense. Every year, Xbox is going to have their heavy hitters, probably releasing in summer or fall, you know, potentially winter, but yeah, it's hard to say. So we got to take the delay though with a pinch of salt, guys, because neither Undead Labs nor Microsoft has confirmed or denied this delay. So for now, it's still a rumor. We must wait for an official announcement for definitive information. I agree. And in terms of like what the game is and everything that we know about it, well, guys, it's going to be a third-person open-world zombie survival game. Undead Labs is the developer. Xbox Game Studios is publishing it. The game is being built using Unreal Engine 5, which it looks great at this point. I thought that initial trailer that came out was incredible for State of Decay 3. Thought it was great. So, look, do I think the game is going to be delayed? It's really hard to say, guys, but if Ches Corden is saying that it's going to be more than likely delayed to 2026, it probably will be. And that's really unfortunate. It's sad, but it's just a reality of this, you know, of this ecosystem, the landscape that is gaming. Games get delayed. There's, you know, creative differences. There's development hell issues. There's all kinds of things that these development studios are going through, and a lot of the things they have to get signed off on from, like, you know, Microsoft and things of that nature. So there's a lot that goes into this thing that we don't see, you know, at the surface. But if it is going to be 2026, it is an unfortunate thing, because it's just another year that we're waiting for another, you know, State of Decay title. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about this. Let's have real conversations about it, guys. And let me know what you guys want to see out of State of Decay 3. And for more State of Decay 3 content and videos, keep it right here. And with that down, guys, we're going to be talking next about a potential Titanfall title. A new Titanfall title, that being from Respawn. And look, we've been talking about Titanfall 3 on my YouTube channel for a long time. Like, a very long time we've been talking about this. Like, are they going to make a Titanfall 3? It's been something that's been talked about a lot on our YouTube channel. A lot of people have been, you know, asking the question about this. There's been a lot of rumors, speculation about a Titanfall game. Let's talk about that. All right, let's talk about this, because this is an article that's coming to us from comic book Logan Moore. Now, this came out back in March of 2024. And so, you know, we're definitely gonna talk about that. Ghost Star Wars 19 says, will we ever see a remake of Call of Duty Ghosts? Or a new Call of Duty Ghosts? Remake or a new Call of Duty Ghosts? That's an awesome question, man. We talked a lot on the YouTube channel about Call of Duty Ghosts 2. I don't think that they should do a remake. I mean, you know, I guess a remake would be better than nothing, right? Because if we got a remake, and let's say that Call of Duty Ghosts remake did really well, it might spark the fire to get Activision to create a Call of Duty Ghosts 2. So maybe we need a remake in order to get Call of Duty Ghosts 2. But I mean, Call of Duty Ghosts had the biggest cliffhanger in the entire series of Call of Duty. It had one of the coolest modes, I should say, like co-op or single player modes that being Extinction. I thought Extinction was, in my personal opinion, back then, Extinction to me was better than Zombies for a couple of reasons. But I love that you could beat it. Thought that they could, you know, really do like a like an Extinction 2.0. I think that could have been really cool. Or even just have like Extinction and Zombies merge. That would have been really interesting. Like kind of doing like some kind of collab or something of that nature. And the multiplayer needed work with Ghosts. I felt there were some really good maps. I think it was Strike Down was really good. There was like some really cool maps on Ghosts. But I think that with the upgraded technology in terms of like graphic wise and things of that nature, I think Call of Duty Ghosts 2 could be something special. Do I think they're going to do it? Probably not. And here's why. When you look at the cash cow that is Call of Duty, more than likely, they're going to go between their two heavy hitters, Modern Warfare and Black Ops. And they're just going to rotate between the two of them. Could they do it? Hey, I mean, they definitely could. I just wouldn't bet on it because Ghost didn't do as well as like Modern Warfare or, you know, I shouldn't say didn't do as well because Call of Duty Ghosts actually sold very well. And it sold better than some of the older Modern Warfare titles and even Black Ops titles. But it's just Black Ops and Modern Warfare are the most, you know, the biggest sub-series in the overall franchise of Call of Duty. I can't see them going away from that. Kind of like I can't see them going into like Advanced Warfare 2. I couldn't really see them doing that. Now, could they bring back jetpacks in Modern Warfare or Black Ops? I could see that. Could they bring back Extinction as a mode in Modern Warfare or Black Ops? Probably Modern Warfare. I could see that. I could see them bringing Extinction, like merging it with Zombies or, you know, whatever. I could totally see that. I just, unfortunately, don't think that, at least at this point, and we could be wrong, I can't see them moving away from Modern Warfare and Black Ops because of how much money they bring in, you know? And I know Ghosts brought in money too. Any Call of Duty brings in money. But from their perspective, that being Activision, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer, Raven, they want to make as much money as they can, and I understand it from a business perspective. So could they do it? Sure. Will they do it? It's a whole nother thing. But they did. That was the biggest cliffhanger in all the Call of Duties in terms of the campaign. I thought that campaign was special, period, because it was. It was a very special campaign. But that being said, we're going to talk about good old Titanfall. Good old Titanfall. And by the way, Parker, really good to see you, man. Go Star Wars 19. Hey, I've seen you in the comment section and all of that. I appreciate you. Don't you? Like, believe me, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. 1,000%. You guys are the goats for sure. Okay. One sec. All right. Okay, so guys, what we're going to talk about here in this next section of the stream I got to talk about Titanfall. When we go back on my YouTube channel, right, Titanfall has played, I mean, you know, if we go back a little bit, you know, Titanfall videos on my YouTube channel, dude, people responded well in the Titanfall community to when I created Titanfall videos. And so I'm like, you know what, let's see if is there anything new to talk about with Titanfall? Because, obviously there's been a lot of talk about, like, Apex Legends is, like, hurting right now in terms of, like, player count. A lot of people are, playing Marvel Rivals is the hottest game on the planet right now. A lot of people are, playing Warzone, Fortnite still. We got Ninja playing Fortnite back there. But Titanfall has a special place in my heart. I do like Titanfall a lot. And don't get me wrong, guys, when I say this. Apex is awesome. I love Apex. I mean, look, I'm very glad that Apex exists, because with Apex Legends existing, it almost like continues the Titanfall universe in a way, even though it's not like, a single player story and all those different things where we're getting all the lore and stuff like that. But it's cool that we have a game as popular as Titanfall, more popular than Titanfall, that being Apex Legends. So Respawn needs to continue pouring resource and development into Apex Legends, but I really think that they can continue building this universe by doing another Titanfall. And I think that they would make a lot and like merge the two, Apex and Titanfall, like merge them. I think it makes, like, you could have Apex Legends promotes Titanfall 3. Titanfall 3 promotes Apex Legends. It's a win-win situation. They're going to make money. And especially if Titanfall 3 is a solid entry in the series. Look, guys, this is the bottom line of what happened with Titanfall. Here's what happened. Vince Zampella, who was responsible for making one of the greatest Call of Duty games of all time, Modern Warfare 2, goes to Respawn, right? And EA as a whole to create Titanfall. And they did that. And the problem, though, I believe it was Titanfall 2, right? Yeah, I think it was Titanfall 2. They released Titanfall 2 just because of their ego and all this. I believe this. I think, like, Vince, I love that guy. He's got a big ego, though. He wanted to go up against the heavy hitters of Battlefield and Call of Duty in the same year, and he, like, smack dabbed, put Titanfall 2 in between COD and Battlefield. It was the worst business decision I have ever seen in my life. Like, I thought it was a terrible decision to release Titanfall 2 when they released it. It released, and it really flopped. Like, because a lot of people were like torn. Well, which game am I going to pick? Well, you got Call of Duty, which is the heaviest hitter of them all. And Battlefield was kind of, 1B to Call of Duty's 1A. And Titanfall was still trying to really, like, build something, And Call of Duty even, they copied things from Titanfall. Like, Titanfall was transcending the FPS genre with, like, wall running and jetpacks and things of that nature. And Call of Duty copied those same things, And so then we got the fall of Titanfall, no pun intended. And then we got Apex Legends, which I think is awesome. I love Apex Legends. I think that it's great. And we're actually, you know what, guys? I've gotten people asking me, are you guys going to run tournaments for Apex Legends out of zerodark? It's a possibility. It's a significant possibility. My only thing is we're trying to figure out, because I have 14 stations inside of zerodark. Can we... You don't want like 14 people being a part of a tournament, right? And they all drop in and they're going up against other people, random people across the world, and then they run into hackers, run into cheaters, things of that nature. So got to be really careful with that. But nonetheless, Titanfall 3 I think is something that a lot of us want. And in this article coming to us from Comic Book and Logan Moore, developer Respawn Entertainment is reportedly early in the process of creating a new game set within the universe of Titanfall. Since the release of Titanfall 2 back in 2016, a number of fans have been clamoring for Respawn to make Titanfall 3. It's not a number of fans, it's a monster number of fans, but instead the studio has opted to only return to this world with Apex Legends, which continues to be the sole shooter that is being supported by Respawn. Now, in the wake of the company's Star Wars FPS having been canned, it sounds as though another return to the world of Titanfall could be in play. Now, look, guys. So, all rumors, speculation, nothing has been confirmed here, okay? Unless I'm totally missing something. But coming by the way of Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb, it was said that a new Titanfall game has recently been in the prototyping phase at Respawn. Grubb stressed that he has been informed that this project isn't Titanfall 3 and is instead another Titanfall-related game of some sort. To that end, Grubb said he's not sure why the studio isn't opting to formally call this Titanfall 3, but he did theorize that the previous cancellation of a Titanfall 3 internally at Respawn might now be why the developers are staying away from this naming convention. This game, as it stands today, as far as I understand, is a Titanfall game. It's in the Titanfall universe, Grubb said of the new project, but everyone I talk to keeps saying, well, don't get in your mind that it's Titanfall 3, a game with online multiplayer and a single-player campaign. I'm like, well, wait, what? Then what is this game? I still don't know. Could it be, guys, that they're kind of thinking about doing like an Apex Legends, not story mode, but could they take Apex Legends and kind of go from the sandbox that is BR and kind of change it into making like smaller maps and kind of being like Call of Duty, right? Could they, because obviously Call of Duty's copied a lot of stuff from Titanfall's universe, that being like wall running, jetpacks, during the jetpack era of Call of Duty. Could somebody else, that being like Respawn, start taking some things from Call of Duty and start making like smaller maps and 4v4, 5v5, 6v6, whatever they decide to do, where you have respawns. No pun intended, once again, this being Respawn, making this game. But could you have respawns, kind of like in Call of Duty? Search and destroy, team deathmatch, things of that nature. I'm wondering if that is what, I think that's what this could very well potentially be. Now, as mentioned this past week, Electronic Arts announced that it had canceled Respawn's upcoming first-person shooter set in the Star Wars universe, which it first disclosed back in 2022. Which to me, I don't know why they did that. I mean, Star Wars is such a, huge franchise. And obviously when they came out with, the Star Wars, the last Star Wars game, that being, what was that game called? Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order? Hold on. What was that game called? Was it Jedi Survivor? Yes, Jedi Survivor. I was like, wait a minute. Well, I know it was Jedi, but what was it called? I mean, these games have been very popular. So why wouldn't they go into that same, making like a first-person shooter set in the Star Wars universe could have been really special, especially coming from Respawn. Respawn's been doing some pretty awesome stuff. But anyway, in the wake of this move, those at EA said they were going to focus more heavily on creating games tied to the company's own IP rather than those that are licensed. With this in mind, it would be very logical for Respawn to return to Titanfall, especially given that it's the developer's most notable original IP. 100% agree. 1000%. Even if this new Titanfall game does one day come about, it seems to be many years away. As Grubb himself mentioned, this latest Titanfall project has only been in the prototype phase for a short period, which means that there is still a lot of work left before it would ever enter full production. In the near term, it is known that Respawn is also working on a third Star Wars Jedi game, but this sequel is surely still multiple years off as well. And I'm just going to say this, guys, this is just me, and maybe it's just because I'm a Titanfall fan and everything else. I really believe that the Star Wars Jedi game, they should absolutely make. And I think they should do the Star Wars first-person shooter game too. I mean, but they need to work on the next Titanfall first. I mean, you got Apex Legends. It's a living, breathing ecosystem game where you got esports. You've got players that, play this game consistently. Like Apex is a great game. you got to kind of continue striking while the iron's hot with that, though. You know, I think that Apex is starting to fall off slightly. Like, let's look at this. Like, if we go, maybe they got a tournament going on or something right now. Let me just take a look here. Apex. It's got 19K viewers. That's not bad. But 19K, I mean, they got 19.7 million followers. I remember when Apex first got announced and stuff. Man, dude, there was so much hype around that. There's certainly still people streaming it, playing it. But yeah, I think probably for like the major tournaments is when it's probably going to be at its peak. But anyway, I do think that they got to strike. This is just my personal opinion, guys. I feel like they've got to strike right now. Because if they don't, I just don't want people to lose, you know, their love for Apex, which basically would mean that they're losing. It basically means that they're losing their love of Titanfall as well, you know. And I mean, I haven't lost my love for Titanfall. I think, yes, that they released at the wrong time. The worst time that they could possibly release Titanfall 2, they released it. Right smack dab in the middle of COD and Battlefield. Made absolutely zero sense. But Apex Legends released kind of like out of the blue, and Apex was awesome. And it still is to this day. I think Apex is a great game. I just think that it's slowly starting to, you know, dip off. And I really think that they need to focus in a major way on trying to keep people on Apex, but also continue building that lore, that story, whether that's adding other game modes like Call of Duty, like having like respawns, that being like Search and Destroy, Team Deathmatch, you know, whatever game modes that they come out with, or making a Titanfall 3. That's what they need to do. And it sounds like they're working on something within the Titanfall universe. We just don't know what it is yet. So anyways, I want to hear your guys' thoughts about it in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about this rumored Titanfall game that Jeff Grubb is talking about? I'm really interested, you know, like I said, you know, with Apex, you know, it was at its peak, and now it's starting to stutter a little bit just with other games coming out, and, you know, with Warzone and all of its competition. But I would love to hear his thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And for more Titanfall 3 content and videos, keep it right here. With that down, guys, we're going to talk next about Gears of War E-Day, buddy. Oh, buddy. I got to tell you, when Gears of War E-Day comes out, I think we're going to have a monster tournament inside of zerodark. I believe it, dude. I'm telling you guys, there is going to be a big-time tournament for Gears of War E-Day inside of zerodark. We have Gears of War, let's see, we have Gears 5 downloaded or pre-downloaded on all the Xboxes inside of zerodark. So that's, what, 14 stations has Gears 5. And even though Gears 5 is not the best, you know, Gears of War title, I think Gears of War E-Day is going to be really special. But that is just me, guys. Give me one sec. All right. We're back. By the way, guys, I got to give a big shout out. We're not sponsored yet, but like I got to tell you, We're not sponsored yet. All right? We're not sponsored yet by these dudes. But Razer gaming chairs, I'm telling you, they are the fire. They are killer. These are awesome. We have Razer, what are they called? Enkey? Razer Enkey chairs in all of zerodark. These chairs from Razer are awesome, dude. And we're obviously, guys, we would love to be sponsored by Razer. We're not sponsored by Razer right now, but I gotta tell you that every person who comes into zerodark, they're like, dude, these are the best chairs. I believe that. They used to be, what was it, GTR Racing or GT Racing or something that had really, or what was it? I think it, and I know there's like Secret Labs and there's a couple of other gaming chairs. I'm telling you, Razer has got the best gaming chair, period. And so anyways, I just thought I would give a big shout out to Razer to, just because, dude, Razer's awesome. And I think that these gaming chairs, I believe in them. I've been using them now since building zerodark, dude, these are the best. But that being said, and with that said, let's talk about Gears of War E-Day. One of, if not my most anticipated game of the future. Now, when I think of like other games that I'm really excited about, and we're going to be talking about them, Cyberpunk Orion, The Witcher 4, GTA 6, like, bro. And we already talked about State of Decay 3, but there's some very exciting things to be excited about within the gaming space and the gaming, ecosystem. So let's get started by talking about Gears of War E-Day. This, guys, is coming to us from Techopedia and Jesse Lennox over there. Gears of War E-Day is the latest entry in the long-running cover shooter franchise, and it will take fans back to the furthest point seen in the story so far. As the name implies, this upcoming game takes place during Emergence Day and will meet a young Marcus Phoenix and Dom at the start of when it all went wrong. The trailer, guys, for Gears of War E-Day was outstanding. I thought it was perfect. I really did. The trailer to end the Xbox Game Showcase, dude, I'm just telling you guys that where they're going, that being the Coalition with Gears of War, it really could be something special. I think they're going back to the roots of what made Gears special in the first place. Horror, shooter, dark, gritty vibes. Now, all we have is a trailer to go by, but based on what we saw from that trailer, man, they're going back to like what made Gears great in the first place, and I love that. Unfortunately, Xbox has yet to announce the official Gears of War E-Day release date, with current market estimates expecting the game no sooner than 2025. However, there is an upside. The title will be added to Xbox Game Pass on day one, so as soon as a date is announced, subscribers will be able to play without putting any money down. It's awesome, dude. So here's some key takeaways from what we know so far about Gears of War E-Day. So Gears of War E-Day is a prequel set 14 years before the original game. It explores the legendary event when the Locust emerged. The game brings back series protagonists Marcus Phoenix and Dom, highlighting their brotherly bond during the first Locust invasion. It will retain the core third-person shooting mechanics with an emphasis on cover, though new gameplay details have not yet been revealed. Gears of War E-Day is expected to be released around late 2025 or early 2026 on Xbox and PC via Game Pass. Fans are excited to return to the series' darker roots and see Marcus and Dom back in action, though multiplayer details remain unknown. I think the multiplayer is going to be really good for this one, man. I just got a feeling that this is going to be the best Gears title that the Coalition has made. I hope I don't jinx it, but that's what I'm thinking. So let's talk about, Gears of War E-Day, guys. The prologue to the fan favorite Xbox franchise, set 14 years before the events of the original Gears of War E-Day is a prequel that explores a key event in the Gears timeline that no game has touched on. In prior games, E-Day is described as the day the underground locusts emerged and swiftly pushed humanity to the brink of extinction. Despite the moniker, the invasion of E-Day lasted more than a single day, and thus the game will also. Love it. Lasted more than a single day, so the game will too. Let's go. It's not a day, it's multiple days, but it is about the event. It's about sticking with these characters from the moment, setting up the moment it happens, and being with them every minute through the days that play out in the city, and really experiencing it through their eyes, both what's happening to them and also what's happening to the city around them, the people around them, and the other characters. The characters he's talking about will be the return of series protagonist Marcus Phoenix and his companion from the original trilogy, Dom. The game will focus on these two, establishing the brotherly bond we see in future games. Now, let me put it to you like this. I thought that Gears of War 4 was great, and I totally get them. They had Marcus Phoenix had his trilogy, and then they moved on to Gears of War 4. I mean, you could say Gears of War Ultimate Edition, but then Gears of War 4, where it was like Marcus was passing the torch to JD, his son. And then Gears of War 4 I thought was great. A good, step in the right direction, even though I didn't think it was as good as the original trilogy. Then Gears 5, I just felt like they passed the torch away from JD to Kate Diaz way too quickly. I felt like we should have had another game or two as JD. I have nothing against Kate Diaz. I think she could be a great character, but I just think that they moved on from JD way too quickly. And so ultimately, we got what we got, and now we're back to this, which is E-Day. And I say back to it, but we're back to Marcus and Dom. And man, dude, I'm so excited about it. I think it could be incredible. But let's talk about the potential release window. This is what a lot of fans are wondering about. Well, an official Gears of War E-Day release date or window has yet to be announced by Xbox. The smart money is in 2026, but according to sources arriving via The Verge, the devs and publishers could be pushing forward for an E-Day launch in 2025. The hope among fans is that the slow release schedule for some of the recent entries in the series can be chalked up to the development of those games during a global pandemic. Therefore, an optimistic view would be that it could drop before Fable. On the other hand, 2025 is already shaping up to be a busy year of releases. Additionally, the 20th anniversary of Gears of War 1 is 2026, which could be another sign it will be the year after next when we see E-Day. So, considering what we've seen and how long it takes games of this level of production to make, and that we are still at first look status, don't head down to the physical or virtual store just yet. Look, I gotta agree with this because look, I don't think it's coming in 2025. I think that we're gonna get the release date though at the Xbox Game Showcase. I believe it's in June of this year. I think we're going to get the release date then. And I think it's going to be for fall 2026. I don't think it's going to be in 2025. I think this year this should be the year of Fable and State of Decay 3. That's just me. But it sounds like State of Decay 3 isn't going to come out until 2026 potentially. We talked about this earlier. So Gears of War E-Day though, take your time. Do not rush this project. I don't care what the sources over at The Verge are saying. Don't push for E-Day to come out in 2025. If it's ready, guys, if it's totally ready, let's go. Let's go. But if it's not ready, do not push for it. Give it time. Let it come out next year. You know, like this has got to crush for Xbox. For us to get more Gears of War entries, this thing has to crush. And so 2026, Halloween 2026. That would be the sweet spot for this title. I believe that. They're saying, guys, that Gears of War E-Day is probably going to be, obviously, if you have Xbox Game Pass, you'll be able to play Game 1. It looks like it's going to be, you know, around $70 if you were to buy the game. And then the platforms, this is, you know, this would be interesting if they decided to go the route of putting Gears of War on PlayStation as well as Xbox. I don't think that it will, but the only platforms we can be confident Gears of War E-Day will be available for right now are Xbox and PC via Game Pass. Gears have always been exclusive to Xbox even before the IP was acquired, so it seems unlikely to appear on PlayStation. That said, Xbox has been getting bolder about bringing exclusives to other platforms. It seems unthinkable now, but by the time Gears of War E-Day comes out, Xbox may have abandoned exclusives altogether. I don't know if I really buy that. I think that Xbox is probably going... I think there's more of a likelihood that Xbox is going to make Call of Duty Xbox exclusive than it is them make Gears of War on PlayStation. I think it would be good for Gears of War because more people would be able to play the game, right? Which would help the game overall. But I don't think that Xbox wants to give up any of their exclusives. Kind of like how PlayStation doesn't want to give up any of theirs either. So, if you guys haven't checked out the Gears of War E-Day trailer, dude, it is so good. But people were asking, is Gears of War E-Day Gear 6? Well, no, it's a prequel, not a sequel. So Gears of War E-Day is a prequel and will not continue the story where Gears 5 left off. Gears 5 left players on a major cliffhanger, so fans are concerned that the story thread will be abandoned. Thankfully, the Coalition fully intends to return to that story, stating, "We're not retreating from that storyline in any way, but in this moment, we had an opportunity to write our next step, and this one just felt too good to miss." And I think they're right for doing this. Take a break from where you guys were. You did Gears of War 4, you did Gears 5, you did, well, let's see, what was it called? The Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Take your time. Take a step back. What made Gears so great in the first place? Dark, gritty, horror shooter. Go back to that. Because in Gears 5, I love Gears 5, by the way, guys, and we will be streaming it in the future as we get hyped for Gears of War E-Day. My problem, though, with Gears 5 is it's just so bright and colorful, which it looks nice, but that's not really Gears. And this open world feel, I mean, I'm not like totally against open world or semi-open world, but like Gears of War was built on a dark, gritty, tough story. It's like, it's a hard story. It's a, you know, it's about pain. It's about like so many different emotions within that story. And I just want them to continue that, you know, or really go back to that. And that's, you know, from Gears 1 to 3, I thought it was one of the greatest trilogies, if not the greatest trilogy ever in video game history, at least in my personal opinion. I love Gears of War. I'm very passionate about it. And so I just want to see it do great things. Okay, so the Gears of War trilogy, why fans are so excited? Well, the Gears of War trilogy on Xbox 360 was one of the most popular titles on the platform. The story, gameplay, and multiplayer were all instant classics and are still played today. Gears 4 and 5 didn't leave as strong an impact, in part because of the new characters and shifting the story. However, staying spoiler-free, they did end up in a fantastic place. Still, nothing gets Gears fans more excited than seeing Marcus and Dom back in the spotlight. E-Day also looks to bring the game back to its darker and horror-tinged roots. Obviously, many players are also eagerly awaiting the day they can rip their friends in half with a Lancer and test their teamwork in Horde mode. I agree. You know, one of the things, guys, and this might just be, maybe it's just me, but one of the things that I would not if they made a great Gears of War game, like let's just say theoretically, Gears of War E-Day is incredible. Let's say it's the best Gears title since Gears of War 3, okay? I would call for the Coalition to scrap making Gears 6, at least for the time being. Focus everything on Gears of War E-Day and just update it constantly with new items in the shop, creating, you know, like obviously like tournaments for like Gears esports. Like, yo, I'm wearing Gears esports on my hoodie right now. Like, let's go, baby. Like, I'm all about Gears. So I love Gears of War. I want to see it succeed. But what if you just, I always thought about this with Call of Duty as well. Like, what if they made a great Call of Duty and all they did was they just updated that one COD? Like, instead of making a new Call of Duty every year. Now, obviously, Call of Duty is a little different because they make the cash cow that is Call of Duty. It's just different. But like, I look at games like Valorant. Are they going to make a Valorant 2? I don't know. Probably not. I mean, maybe they're going to do like spin-offs of Valorant. But I just like think of like even like CSGO. They finally made a CSGO 2, but how long did we have CSGO? Like for a very long time, right? So I'm just thinking to myself, what if they made Gears of War E-Day? Say the reception is awesome. I would scrap any additional sequel you guys can even think of, at least for the time being. Focus everything on Gears of War E-Day. Make that the best experience on the planet for Gears of War players, because I would love to play one Gears of War title for the next 10, 15 years. Like, if you're just consistently updating it and adding new things to it, adding new game modes, you know, really like investing into the Gears esports scene, building that scene out, dude, like I really believe that Gears of War E-Day could be that thing. So that being said, the bottom line is Gears of War E-Day is taking the series back to its roots, literally and figuratively. This will be the earliest game in the timeline, and fans are excited to see the classic duo of Marcus and Dom take the spotlight once again. Besides the game's premise of the initial invasion by the Locusts, we don't know what to expect from the story, which is exciting in its own way. Multiplayer is also a big question mark, but Gears has never had a dud in that department. All we can do now is wait for Gears of War E-Day to make its own emergence day. It's a great article, man. It's a great article. And I gotta tell you, I agree, you know, with a lot of the stuff in this article. I'm very excited for Gears of War E-Day. I'm going to continue to create content around Gears of War E-Day as we go. I'm going to be streaming, guys, Gears 5. I'll probably even stream some of the older Gears of War titles, just, you know, in terms of like, just from a pure excitement perspective, you know, like as we get closer and closer to Gears of War E-Day, especially if Gears of War E-Day, somehow they say, yes, it's coming out in 2025. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to wait for Gears of War E-Day to come out in 2026. Halloween 2026, guys. I think we'll get the announcement at the Xbox Game Showcase. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But if it came out in 2025, I just think it's almost too soon. Like, I just want the game to be perfect so that when it releases, everybody's very excited and you keep, like, yes, when a game first comes out, everyone's excited. But how do you keep those people coming back over and over again is going to be really important. And people will be turned off immediately if the game has a lot of bugs, glitches, and things of that nature. So that being said, guys, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below about Gears of War E-Day. Are you guys excited about it? Love to hear your thoughts about this. And for more Gears of War E-Day content and videos, keep it right here. Whoo, baby! Guys, coming to you all live from Zerodark. Dude, bro, I gotta tell you, it feels so good to be coming to you guys live from Zerodark. Now, right now, guys, there's no one in here. It's just me in here. But imagine a vision this, guys. I go live and envision there's 14 other people live in this same place. Imagine how cool that'll be. It's coming. One day it's coming, you know? We're still trying to get the word out. It's, you know, Tuesday. But I'm just saying, like, envision a place where you could go to stream, create content, and collaborate with other people. It's like, hey, yo, what's up, Parker? How you doing? And you're like talking back and forth, and then I jump in his chat. he jumps in my chat, and it's like a content house, but a business. You see what I'm saying? So I'm really excited about that part of zerodark. Like when we end up getting people that come in here on a consistent basis and we're able to collab on content, be in each other's streams, start growing together. Like I think those are things that are going to be really, really exciting about this spot. If we build it, they will come. All right. All right, guys. The next thing that we're going to be talking about here today let's see here. I think I'm going to change. Let me just see here. Okay. All right. What's up with Twitch, dude? Just totally confused about what the hell is going on with Twitch. Twitch is I don't know what's going on with Twitch, but nonetheless, let's see here. I appreciate all you guys for coming on in to check out the stream and check out kind of what we got going on here with zerodark. Super excited about it. Let's just take a look here. Okay, what else? All right, so the next thing that we're going to talk about, guys, we're going to talk about Cyberpunk. Talked about a lot of different and we've talked about a number of different games, guys, from State of Decay 3, Titanfall 3, Gears of War E-Day. Now we're going to talk about Cyberpunk. And, man, dude, I love me some Cyberpunk. Let's just take a look here. Still trying to kind of get I'm trying to get the ball rolling here, guys, from like when we talk about like getting back into the grind of the stream and everything else. I think it definitely takes time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely takes some time to try to kind of build this thing up once again. I haven't streamed in a long time, and that's totally on me. Now, part of it is this that you see back here. That's why I haven't been streaming. Like, building this space out took me months. Took months. I mean, you know, like turning this place from a haircut place to a internet cafe, dude. It was not easy for sure, but yeah, there's no excuses. I'm gonna be better about streaming consistently and everything else. Shout out to you guys for sure, for being a part of this journey and now what's gonna be happening in the future. I'm super excited about it. But all right, give me a sec, guys. When we come back, we're gonna be talking about Cyberpunk Orion, or the Cyberpunk 2077 sequel. Let's do it. All right. And we're back. Matter of fact, you know what? I actually got to get where's my phone charger at? Let me grab my phone charger, guys. We'll talk about Cyberpunk's sequel. Let's go, baby. Let's go, guys. Coming to you live from zerodark. Let's talk about Cyberpunk's sequel. Hey, guys, listen. Let me tell you, you guys want to hear something cool? Cyberpunk, and I'm just going to say it, Cyberpunk 2077, in my mind, personally, the greatest comeback in video game history. Here's why. When Cyberpunk 2077 got announced originally from CD Projekt Red, the makers of The Witcher, man, the hype was high for Cyberpunk. It was so high. Like GTA levels high. Now, not quite like GTA 6. We're not going there. GTA 6 is the most anticipated game of all time, right? But it was very anticipated. And when it released to the world, it was an absolute blunder. It was a mess when Cyberpunk 2077 released. It released early to please investors, and man, did they get hammered. That being the bugs, the glitches. It was almost unplayable at launch, right? Frame drops. I mean, it was just like, it was a mess. CD Projekt Red had one of two things to do. They had basically two decisions. One, abandon the game and just move on to The Witcher. Two, focus everything they had on Cyberpunk 2077. And so what did they do? They canceled the Cyberpunk 2077 multiplayer, which I think that they should not have canceled it. They should have just like put it on the back burner for the time being and focused on Cyberpunk 2077. That's neither here nor there, because I think that the multiplayer would have been able to bring people back to the experience over and over again. That being said, they focused all their resource and development on getting it right with Cyberpunk 2077, and look at Cyberpunk now. Dude, it is incredible what this game has done. How many people are streaming it right now? Just to like, I mean, this game was like dead, bro. Okay, we got 5.7K. All right, not a ton of people playing it. But what I'm saying is a game that was like so anticipated, to have the fall from grace that everybody like thought with the expectations of CD Projekt Red, and they did not deliver. They brought this thing back in a way kind of similar to No Man's Sky. If you guys remember No Man's Sky, when it released, that was almost unplayable. They focused everything they had on it. They did not abandon the player base. They did not abandon the game. They just focused everything they had into it. And look at No Man's Sky now. It's another example. Cyberpunk 2077 and Phantom Liberty, dude. Don't even get me started. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, I love what they did here. And they're even making another DLC, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, let's take a look here. Just take a look. I thought there was something else that was coming. Maybe not. Let's take a look at the wiki page. But see, like, it's just wild, dude. Like, look at in 2024, all the stuff that he got awarded for. It won a number of things. Like, it won a number of different things, and then it also, like, got nominated for a bunch of things as well. It's awesome. Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey.
How are you? I'm Josh.
Are you the owner, manager?
I am, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How can I explain this? Are you busy right now?
Hold up, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, as I had mentioned, there's going to be times when I'm streaming or whatever. Let's bring it in for a minute. There's going to be times, guys, where how can I put it? Let me just look at something here. There's going to be times where there's like when there's people that are coming into zerodark and they need help, right? So are they excited or what? Whatever. Let me just send out a quick text here. People are really excited about zerodark, guys. I mean, it's cool, really. Okay, so where are we at? Okay. What else? Okay. Awesome. All right. We're going to talk about Cyberpunk, guys, here in a sec. Dude, this guy who just came into zerodark, dude, he's super... He's been running his own tournaments and stuff. He's super excited to see what we're doing here, but man, that's super cool, dude. Like, that is really killer. Love it. All right. Give me one sec, guys. Be right back. Ho, baby. Let's go. All right. right, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Man, dude, it is not chilled out. But yeah, like I said, guys, I mean, look, during my streams here in Zero Dark, you guys are going to get a behind-the-scenes look at, you know, when people are coming in and all that stuff, dude. It's going to be so sick, bro. So sick, chat. When all these chairs are filled and everybody's creating content with one another, it's going to be like a content house in here. Dude, I'm telling you. Zero Dark is going to be really, really cool. We just got to get the word out there. Let's go, baby. So, all right. Let's talk about Cyberpunk 2077's sequel, also known as Cyberpunk Orion, guys. This is coming to us from GameSpot and Eddie Makic of GameSpot. Cyberpunk 2077 from developer CD Projekt Red had a challenging start when it was released in December 2020. The issues were so bad that Sony removed the game from sale entirely on the PlayStation Store. The game rebounded in a very meaningful way and went on to become a critical and a commercial success. In fact, following the 2.0 update and release of the Phantom Liberty expansion, it's one of the best comeback stories in modern times for games. Bruh, I said this earlier. Cyberpunk 2077, in my personal opinion, is the greatest comeback ever in video game history. It used to be No Man's Sky, but Cyberpunk, dude, eclipsed that because of the hype and anticipation of what Cyberpunk 2077 was. Releases was absolutely received awfully. They poured all the resource and development into it. Boom. And it just absolutely skyrocketed over time. So super, just incredible, dude. With more than 25 million units sold, it's one of the most successful video games in history. Naturally, CD Projekt Red is moving ahead with a sequel that's in development right now at one of the team's newest studios. In this post, we're rounding up everything we know so far about Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, which doesn't have an official title as of yet and is in the works under the working title Project Orion. Oh, man, dude. In addition to the Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, CD Projekt is working on The Witcher 4, a remake of the original Witcher, a new IP, and more. The studio is very busy. And we saw the release of the Witcher 4 trailer. I'm super excited about that. I think they're going to knock that thing out of the park. When will Cyberpunk, and we're actually going to be talking about The Witcher here shortly, but anyways, when will Cyberpunk 2077 sequel be released? Well, this is a big unknown. So far, CD Projekt Red and upper management at the Polish studio have spoken in broad strokes about Cyberpunk 2077 and have shied away from specifics. Management has not provided even a release window or a target for the game. This is not unusual, though, as the game is no doubt still early in development. For context, Cyberpunk 2077 was announced in 2012 and wouldn't be released until 8 years later, so fans should get comfortable as they await the sequel. So look, here's what I think, guys. The Witcher 4, when that releases, I would anticipate that after The Witcher releases, they're going to be focused on The Witcher for a while, make sure everything's good there, and then they're going to start moving more of their team onto Cyberpunk Orion. Let's just say that Cyberpunk, or let's say The Witcher 4 comes out in the next couple of years. I would say it'll probably be 2, 3, maybe even 4 years after that when Cyberpunk Orion will release. Especially if they're going to do, like, you know, a multiplayer and things of that nature. The things that they were originally going to do with Cyberpunk 2077, if they do those original things that they wanted to do, that being like a multiplayer and stuff, you know, I think it's going to take some time for sure. Okay, so the platforms, we have no idea, guys, at this current juncture in time, but it's probably going to come out on the modern consoles as well as on PC. Here we go. Sequel, story, setting, and characters. Now, obviously, guys, take everything that you hear with a pinch of salt. Any, you know, speculation, rumors, we don't, you know, 100% know yet. But unfortunately, there's basically nothing to go on in terms of specifics for the Cyberpunk 2070 sequel at this stage pertaining to its story settings and characters. Fans can reasonably assume, however, that it'll be another RPG set in the future. It will also be uniquely American, which follows on from the news that the game is being developed by CD Projekt's new team in Boston. I think Cyberpunk is obviously a uniquely American story. Acting executive producer Dan Hernberg, explained in an episode of the Answer Red podcast. It's got a lot of like punk energy, and the tabletop game was written by an American, so it just seems right to do it in America. Awesome, dude. The engine. This is interesting. So, in 2022, CD Projekt shocked some fans by announcing it would abandon its own internal engine, Red Engine, and instead partner with Epic Games to use the company's Unreal Engine 5 for its future projects. CTO Paul Zawodny said Unreal Engine 5's updates helped with the kind of open-world game development that the Polish studio is known for, and this was a major selling point. This opens a new chapter for us where we really want to see how our experience building open-world games is combined with the engineering power of Epic. I really don't blame them, that being CD Projekt Red, moving over to Epic Games' Unreal Engine 5, because Unreal Engine 5, guys, the graphics, environment, everything is incredible. It's the best game engine in my personal opinion. Obviously, CD Projekt Red guys are the ones that are going to be developing the sequel. Now, here we go. Some sequel development news. So, as of February 2024, the Cyberpunk 2077 sequel was in the early stages of development, CD Projekt Red said in a news release. The team working on the game includes a number of senior staffers from the original game, including Gabriel, Amatengello, who's the game director, Pal Sasko, who's the associate game director, Igor Sesnarsky, which is the creative director, Andrei Stapa, which is the cinematic director, Casper, I'm not even going to try to say that, as the environment art director, Sarah Grummer, acting lead quest designer, and Kasper Kaczynski is the engineering director. So as for people who joined the Boston studio to work on the sequel, these include former lead product manager at Blizzard, Dan Hernberg, who is an executive producer on the Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, IO Interactive and Massive Entertainment's Ryan Barnard as design director, and Mortal Kombat technical director Alan Villani, who is engineering director on the Cyberpunk 2077 follow-up. So you got a lot of people, guys, who are coming back, but even, people coming from different games like Mortal Kombat, even IO Interactive. That's pretty awesome as well. Now, Pal Sasko, the associate director of the next Cyberpunk game, said he's interested in expanding on the concept of reactivity that was more of a focus in Phantom Liberty, which he worked on as quest director. We want to make sure that the whole DNA is preserved and still in the game. In Phantom Liberty, there's this moment where the story splits almost, and that's the structure that we used in The Witcher 2, actually in Blood and Wine with Witcher 3 as well, where you had a split in the middle that leads to completely different branches with completely different endings, Sasko explained. Sasko also mentioned that Cyberpunk 2077 needs to validate its players' choices. If you and your story have made a certain choice, and that's the way you have decided to go with your V and your partners and whoever else you met in the game, that's your story. It's important when making those decisions not to invalidate what players have been doing, because it is their story and the decisions they made, the developer said. Dude, I gotta tell you, I love all the things I'm hearing about, Cyberpunk Orion. I really think that this could be a very special game. Because now they have one game under their belt that they can now get this whole thing right. That being CD Projekt Red with, Cyberpunk Orion. I think especially if you bring people back over and over again through like a multiplayer experience, I think it could be something absolutely transcendent in this space. And I think that Cyberpunk could very well become the next GTA if it's dealt with carefully, right? It could become a new GTA kind of style where it's like a futuristic world. And I absolutely love the first Cyberpunk. I can't wait to see what they do in future entries. I think it could be really a special title, guys, and we'll have to, kind of wait and see as things, progress. And I'll be sure to keep you guys all up to speed as more information comes out about Cyberpunk Orion, the Cyberpunk 2077 sequel. Let me know, guys, what do you think in the comment section down below about Cyberpunk Orion? What are the things that you want to see? What do you think are some things that they need to add to the experience or maybe take away from, Cyberpunk 2077 to the new game? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let's have a real conversation about it. And for more Cyberpunk Orion content and videos, keep it right here. With that down and out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again, everybody, to zerodark. This, guys, is the space that I've been working on for a while now. And, gosh, man, I'm just really excited about the future of this space, like what this space could, really become in the future. Right now, it's just about kind of getting the word out there to everybody, within our area in South Carolina, that this place exists, right? And that's always the biggest challenge when you're just starting a new business. Doesn't matter really what the business is, right? This used to be a Sports Clips. When the Sports Clips was opened back 20 years ago, I guarantee you not everybody was getting their haircut done that day, right? Like day one. But over the course of time, I'm sure this place was, busy with people getting their haircuts done. They had TVs up and they were like showing sports and stuff. Sports Clips was really cool, man. But when they moved out and we got this space for zerodark, now this space turned in from a haircut, shop to a gaming esports heaven in here. And so I'm just super excited, dude, to continue pushing the envelope and, host tournaments in here and everything else. I'm just really excited about it. But I hope you guys are all having an outstanding day, night. The next thing we're going to talk about, though, The Witcher 4. We just finished talking about CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077 and the sequel, that being Cyberpunk Orion. But now, oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Just you wait. And I'm going to be streaming a good amount, guys. Like, don't you worry. Like, we're going to be streaming a lot out of the out of zerodark. My plan is to stream, like, I would say on average, I'd love to get to a point where we're streaming 8, 10 hours a day out of zerodark. We'll have to wait and see, though. That's kind of where we're at currently. Got to make sure that, like, we have time that we can create YouTube content as well as do the Twitch stream. So we're going to be spending a lot of time doing, YouTube as well as Twitch. So, yep, super excited about it, man. But yeah, we're going to talk about the next thing on our list is The Witcher 4. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, Twitch is acting weird for me right now. Not sure why, but okay. So what we're going to talk about next, guys, is The Witcher 4. I'm excited to talk about The Witcher because The Witcher is like, I don't know, dude. Like, The Witcher 4 is such a another game. Like, you're coming off of the one of the, I mean, you could argue one of the greatest games ever made in The Witcher 3. And so you're coming off that, and you made some bold moves in The Witcher 4, that being CD Projekt Red. Now you got Ciri instead of Geralt, who's going to be taking the helm. Which, you know what, dude? If we had only like 2 Witcher games and they decided to move on from Geralt and go to Ciri in the 3rd game, I would have had a problem with that. But since Geralt had his time, 3 games, I'm good with it, dude. It's time to move on, you know? I think, you know, holding on to certain characters for too long can sometimes be a detriment to the franchise. And so I think Ciri's going to be awesome. I think they're going to crush it with her. And I'm good with it. And I know some people have an issue with, you know, Ciri. I've got no issues at all. I think she's awesome, and I can't wait to play as her. And I think she'll be a really good Witcher. You know, that's just me. But nonetheless, give me a sec, guys. We are going to be talking about none other than The Witcher 4 and some of the things that we know about this title. Let's do it. Let me get a couple of things, and we are going to. I'll be right back. Dude, I'm showing, you know, guys, is this thing on? What's happening, baby? What's up, guys? In the lounge, I'm showing a replay of the CDL matches that happened in the Call of Duty League. Man, I think they were live yesterday, I believe. But yeah, dude, like. This space, dude, is so cool, man. Everybody who comes in here is like, you know, because we get a lot of questions like, dude, what are you guys doing in zerodark? So I get people that come in here and they're like, yo, man, like, so what is this exactly? And it's really cool because then when we start to explain what we're doing in here, people are really excited, you know, locals and stuff. And I'm hoping, guys, that one day we can be lucky enough to get to a point where we can bring this concept to everybody. You know, so it's not just in South Carolina, right? I mean, zerodark is South Carolina's home for gaming and esports, but how can we make it go everywhere, right? So, that being said, I was going to say, what changed? Just an ad running. Okay, so we're going to talk about The Witcher 4, a game after the announcement. Well, we already knew that The Witcher 4 was coming. We didn't know if it was going to be called The Witcher 4 or The Witcher Polaris. And it's been confirmed that it's The Witcher 4. Now, maybe they'll change it, you know, to The Witcher 4, you know, New Blood or something like that. But I think that from what I saw from that original, the initial trailer that they showed, I'm sold. I'm sold on it, 100%. So, The Witcher 4, guys, this is an article that is coming to us from Josh West over at Games Radar. CD Projekt Red has revealed its next single-player open-world RPG to the world, and we are very much freaking out. Me too, dude. Me too. The Witcher 4 is inching even closer. CD Projekt Red just revealed its next open-world RPG. This was, obviously, guys, last month in December. The first installment in a new Witcher saga that is set to star Ciri as she begins her journey as a monster hunter on the continent. A gorgeous Unreal Engine 5 cinematic trailer showcased the look, feel, and vibe of the world CD Projekt Red is striving to create in its new Witcher game. A sprawling, single-player epic that is charting a future for the franchise without Geralt at the helm. As something ends, something begins. The studio striving to deliver the most immersive and ambitious open-world Witcher game to date. Let's go, baby. With no Witcher 4 release date in sight, there's a chance we will be waiting for years for new updates. CD Projekt Red is known to take its time and only gradually tease out information. So what you'll find below is all the latest. The Witcher 4 news, including the first details on the world and story and the reason for Ciri taking the lead. Here's what I will say. The Witcher 4 is instantly one of the most anticipated upcoming video games on the calendar, and one that is striving to upend standards set by the best RPGs. So, look, I know there was a lot of, like, backlash. There was a lot of talk about, oh, Ciri, she doesn't look good enough. Dude, I think she looks fine. Hey, remember this, guys. Just remember, okay? Ciri is now, she is a monster hunter. Now we're talking a Witcher, right? So, like, she's going to have scars. She's going to have things of that nature. Like, it's just what this thing is, you know? And I think that it's important that that is the look of a Witcher. And I think she's going to be a badass. I really do. I think she's going to be awesome in this game. And like I said, it's just an initial trailer. Does not mean, just because I thought the trailer was awesome, perfect, doesn't mean the game's going to be good. If the trailer was bad, that doesn't mean that the game's going to be bad. It's just one of those things. You got to kind of take it with a pinch of salt. They showed us a little, you know, sliver of what this game is all about. But CD Projekt Red is yet to confirm any launch details for its new open-world RPG. That means there's no Witcher 4 release date and no sense of what platforms it will land on just yet. In fact, the studio hasn't even committed to a rough release window after its showing at the Game Awards 2024. There's basically zero chance of this title landing in 2025, and 2026 also seems unlikely given that it only entered its full-scale production phase earlier this year. We're going to be waiting a while for this one, folks. I agree. If I had to guess, guys, I would probably say we're going to be getting the game in like 2027. More than likely, we'll probably get some, like, you know, some game art, some still images of the game throughout the course of this year, that being 2025. 2026, we might get like another, I think, like your release date trailer for 2027, and it'll probably release sometime in 2027. maybe summer 2027. Who knows? It's hard to say. But the trailer, guys, was incredible. If you have not seen the trailer, definitely go check it out. Now, the Witcher 4 gameplay experience is going to be familiar if you played The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, with some notable differences. While you'll be returning to the continent, CD Projekt Red is shooting for a more brutal dark fantasy world, with Ciri taking the lead as she tries to walk the Witcher's path as the old world crumbles around her. The studio has already confirmed that The Witcher 4 will be a single-player RPG set in an open world, albeit one where you have more scope to make choices and live with the consequences. Ciri is a very different character to Geralt, more open to embracing the world around her. Part of her struggle is in this new adventure will not only be with grappling with ancient nightmares, but the evil which lurks in the people struggling to survive this land. Still at the heart of it all is the Witcher, a mutated warrior skilled in combat, slaying monsters which threaten people for a price. Only now you'll be able to do it with new combat proficiencies, all of it enhanced with Ciri's ability to deftly wield magic. From a graphical perspective, guys, from what it looks like, you know, the things that you can do in terms of the gameplay, it looks incredible. It just looks incredible. In The Witcher 4, you take control of Ciri, not a seasoned veteran, but a character just starting down the Witcher's path. That'll be reflected in combat encounters in The Witcher 4, where Ciri may not always start with the upper hand in encounters, but always have the capacity to gain the upper hand by striking at the opportune moment. You can get a sense of this from the first Witcher 4 trailer, particularly in how the character wields magic, something not typically seen in other Witchers out there in the wilds. If you watch the cinematic back closely, you'll notice that Ciri is able to seamlessly integrate her abilities into combat, imbuing her with more range, options, and vulnerabilities. CD Projekt Red says that this will be at the heart of the Witcher 4 combat experience. I love it, dude. I love it. Let's do it. Change some things up, you know, freshen some things. CD Projekt Red has yet to reveal the full extent of the Witcher 4 story, but it has framed the new adventure nicely. In this single-player open-world RPG, you will take control of Ciri as the beginning of her monster-slaying career, just as she starts her journey down the Witcher's path. We're kicking off a brand new Witcher saga, this time with Ciri as the heart of the story, says Sebastian Kalemba, game director. For the longest time, we knew what we wanted Ciri to be, the protagonist of The Witcher 4. It just felt natural to us, and we believe that Ciri deserves it. In this game, we want to explore what it truly means to become a Witcher by following Ciri on her path. I'm good with it, man. I mean, I think Ciri, she looks great in this game. Like, looks great. Executive producer Magorzata Mitrega explains that Ciri being so distant from Geralt also opens up new storytelling possibilities. She's open, curious, and drawn to people, yearning for connection and understanding. This opens up uncharted territory in storytelling where relationships and emotions are just as important as the fight for survival. You get a sense of all of this in the first Witcher 4 trailer, which sees Ciri completing a Witcher's contract near the village of Stromford, not only battling an ancient evil in the shadows, but encountering evil in a more human form too, where her decision to intervene in old rituals leads to disastrous consequences. So, everyone's been talking about Ciri, guys. You know, lots of debate, talk about this. Well, Ciri is the main character in The Witcher 4. Geralt's adopted daughter played a pivotal role in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And now that his story has reached its conclusion, it's time for a new Witcher to leave their mark on the continent. CD Projekt Red is keen to note the differences between the two characters, with story director Thomas Marchuzka explaining, on one hand, she's very similar to Geralt, a continuator of his values, honorable, brave, just, but she also has this side we haven't explored much, grim, rebellious, and fierce. She's familiar, but at the same time she's fresh, and she's simply a badass. Let's go, baby. I love it, dude. I love it. Is she simply a badass? Dude, I really think that she is. I think she's going to be awesome in The Witcher 4. The studio says that there was never any doubt that Ciri would become the protagonist of the Witcher franchise. Marchuka says that from the very beginning, we knew it had to be Ciri. She's a very complex character, and there is so much to be told about her. Executive producer Magorzata Matrega adds, Ciri is a worthy successor to the title of the next Witcher, and personally for me, she always has been. Dude, I'm 100% on board. Zach says she is going to be amazing. I agree. Zach, you know, I think that Ciri as, I don't know, how, Matrega, as she kind of puts it, Matrega puts it perfectly. I think that she's a worthy successor to Geralt. I really do. I think there's a lot of things that we know about her, but there's a lot of things that I think that you could still explore with her character. And so look, dude, I think that them going the direction of Ciri rather than continuing Geralt, it was a complete, and it was a cheat code. I really think that this is going to kind of reboot the franchise in a way, but like kind of just pick up right where they left off with how well received The Witcher 3 was. I think they're going to crush it. I really do. The Witcher 4 is going to be a single-player, open-world RPG. Developer CD Projekt Red believes it'll be the most immersive and ambitious open-world Witcher game to date. With the new protagonist comes a new open world to explore, and the studio is already teasing out a far darker fantasy world. You should expect The Witcher 4 to offer up a world that is more dangerous and unpredictable than the one we experienced alongside Geralt. A world where the old order is crumbling and dark forces are seizing their chance to rise. The studio adds, in this world, survival depends not only on your skills in combat, but also on the connections you make with those around you, for better or worse. I'm excited about this, because when you start telling me it's going to be a darker fantasy world, I'm all in. All in. I like The Witcher being kind of a darker, like you think about it, it's like this is monsters. This is about, you're a monster hunter, you know, in reality. And that should be scary. It should be unnerving. It should be dark. It should be gritty. It should have rich story, rich characters. And I think Ciri's going to be perfect. And do you think that Geralt, I mean, of course Geralt's going to be in it, guys, but it's going to be kind of like Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War 4 or Gears 5. You know, he had his time in Gears 1 to 3, and then the torch was passed to JD Phoenix, and then that torch was passed from JD to Kate Diaz. But Marcus was in each of those games, and now it's coming full circle with Gears of War E-Day. So it's kind of just an example. And so I look at it like, you think Geralt's not going to be in this? Of course he is. You could hear him at the end of the trailer. So yeah, super excited about that. Now, choices and consequences. Okay, so expanding on this darker open world concept, narrative director Philip Weber says that the world of The Witcher 4 is a place full of moral ambiguity. And so the stories we tell, they rarely provide easy answers of good and evil. Make your choices and live with the consequences. Ciri's story is a battle against destiny. This battle comes at a price that will have to be paid eventually, either by Ciri or by those dear to her. Your actions within the open world, the people you permit to come close to you, all have the potential to affect the path Ciri goes down on and who she will become. So, like, I wonder if that means, like, could you go down, like, a real dark side of Ciri's character? That's going to be interesting. The Witcher 4 engine. So CD Projekt Red, and this was another cheat code, guys. This is another, like, total cheat code. CD Projekt Red is using Unreal Engine 5 to develop The Witcher 4. The studio spoke back in 2022 about its decision to shift away from the Red engine, which was used for The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. But the Game Awards 2024 was our first opportunity to see the new vision for the series in action. The results are spellbinding, although it should be noted that the Witcher 4 cinematic trailer is not rendered in real time, but rather has been powered by the same technology powering the game to give you a sense of what the final product may look like. CD Projekt Red has confirmed that the debut trailer uses assets and models from the game itself and represents a look that we're targeting. I think that this is a cheat code, guys, because Red Engine, I think it was great. I do. The Witcher 3 looked great. Cyberpunk 2077 at first was a complete blunder, but then they got it right, and it's perfect now. It's awesome. But for them to switch and not be too egotistic about it, you know, CD Projekt Red, you know, having their own engine, they could be, you know, oh, no, we have a better engine than Unreal Engine. No, that's not what they're doing. They realize Unreal Engine 5, there's something special there. And we saw the results of it with this first trailer. Unreal Engine 5 with The Witcher 4 is going to make, I think it's going to equal magic. Now, obviously, they got to deliver when it comes to the story, the narrative, all of those different things. But like from visually, the environment, the graphics, I think it's going to look even better than it would on Red Engine. And it could be by a pretty wide margin, to be quite honest with you. Did Geralt die in The Witcher 3? Well, here we go. While The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and a number of ending variations, it's possible to now get a better sense of the canon ending for the Geralt series now that we know Ciri is walking the Witcher's path. In The Witcher 3, the three core ending scenarios involve Ciri becoming a Witcher, becoming the Empress, or dying. We know that the third option is out of the picture, which is also the scenario which implied that Geralt dies in combat. So instead, we're likely looking at a world in which Geralt is still active in the continent during The Witcher 4, albeit in a reduced capacity, his monster-slaying days behind him as he grows older and wearier. Some of the ending variations in The Witcher 3 did, after all, have Geralt retiring in Kovir with Triss or eloping with Yennefer. So who knows, maybe we'll see some old friendly faces. And was it just me, or did we not hear Geralt at the end of the trailer? I feel like he said something at the very end of the trailer, which gives us the indication that he's still alive, he's still out there. You're not going to be playing as him, but I actually think that he comes out of retirement and he goes on part of the journey with Ciri, maybe at certain points when they're trying to fight certain monsters and things of that nature. But here's the deal, guys. The Witcher 4 is very much so one of my most anticipated games of the future. I'm incredibly excited about it. I'm actually just as excited about it as I am Cyberpunk Orion. Even though, like, Cyberpunk Orion, I love Cyberpunk, and it's like one of my favorite games now ever. I'm very excited about The Witcher 4. And I'm also, like, the other reason why I'm really, you know, super highly anticipated when it comes to The Witcher 4 is because it's going to be coming out sooner than Cyberpunk Orion. So it's definitely up there as one of my most anticipated games of the future. But that being said, everybody, what do you guys think about the things that we know about The Witcher 4? What are you excited about? What do you think about Ciri being the lead in this? Do you think Geralt's coming back? What are your guys' thoughts about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. And for more The Witcher 4 content and videos, keep it right here. With that down and out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the most anticipated game. I would say probably by a wide margin on everybody's list. When we come back, we're going to talk about GTA 6 and why this game is going to break the internet. I believe GTA 6, guys, will be the biggest game of all time, and I don't even think it's going to be close. I think it is going to blow the doors off of every record a video game has ever had. Now, you could maybe say that Fortnite, maybe they're going to be up there, but when we talk about a pay-to-play game, GTA 6 will take the cake, even if it's at $100 or over $100 to purchase. 1,000%. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. Give me a sec, guys. Give me a moment. You're not going to want to miss this one. GTA 6, baby. Let's go. All right. Let's go, baby. What's up, guys? We're back. Now, going to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of zerodark. Currently the only sponsor of zerodark, by the way. The only sponsor so far. Where are we at here? Quick shout out to the sponsor of zerodark, wereanml. wereanml, guys, is the team that you should be checking out on a consistent basis. This team is going to be uploading consistently on zerodark. I should say through zerodark, but on their on the official YouTube channel and things of that nature. Super excited to bring this team back from the grave. You know, when we look at the channel and the videos and stuff, like, you know, you go back 4 months ago, Animal the Next Level came out. Before that, it was 10 years ago that there was a video that went out on Animal. So this team was like really in a just in a different spot, man. And so now it's like, okay, Animal comes back, and a lot of excitement, buzz, all those things. And it's starting to kind of fizzle in terms of Call of Duty based content. And I'm not going to say anything bad about COD, because Call of Duty is one of the greatest, one of my favorite games of all time, right? I love Call of Duty. But I think that Animal is going to be focused on, yes, Call of Duty, but they're going to be focused on a multitude of different things. And so, really, really excited about it, that Animal is the first sponsor of zerodark as a whole. Everything that we're trying to do in here, Animal is a part of that story. And so really excited to see what people come through the zerodark doors and get recruited to Animal. I think that's going to be really cool, and build esports teams eventually, but start off by building content teams to of course building teams around esports, right? I think that's going to be huge, and we're going to be hosting tournaments out of zerodark, like local tournaments and stuff. We may even get involved in tournaments like Apex Legends tournaments, where we're playing against other people across the globe and stuff. Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. But anyways, thank you to the sponsor of zerodark, the one and only wereanml. Now let's talk about GTA, and specifically GTA 6. GTA 6, guys, is arguably the most anticipated and hyped game in gaming history. And I don't even think it's actually really close. I think that GTA 6 is the most anticipated game of all time by a wide margin. This article is coming to us from Jake Green of Tech Radar. Return to Vice City. So GTA 6, guys, is easily one of the most hotly anticipated games ever, with its predecessor still dominating sales charts. By the way, like, how many people are streaming this game right now? 229K viewers right now on a game, guys, that has been out for a minute. Like, wow, it's wild. And I mean, obviously, guys, it's a lot of people are really excited about GTA 6 and what that game could bring. This game, GTA 6, is going to absolutely break the internet. Thankfully, we do now know a fair bit about the next installment, including, or into the Grand Theft Auto series, including where it's set and that it's currently slated to come out later this year. In terms of upcoming games, GTA 6 looks set to offer perhaps the most detailed open world we've seen yet. That's if Rockstar Games can continue the success of Grand Theft Auto 5. That is, we now know that we'll be returning to Vice City this time around, a fact that means GTA 6's story missions could reference some very iconic movies. One thing's for certain, the game is already looking very graphically impressive indeed. While we wait for more info on Grand Theft Auto 6, you'll find everything that's been confirmed so far, so let's cut to the chase. Obviously, this game, guys, right now is slated for fall of 2025. Now, we were supposed to get a trailer too for GTA 6. That was back in December, I think. Wasn't it December or was it like the beginning of January? Never got it. So take fall 2025 with a pinch of salt. Rockstar is on their own. They are on their own planet, and that's okay. It's supposed to be coming out on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. GTA 6 will launch fall 2025 on Xbox Series X, S, and PS5. This was revealed in the game's first trailer, then later narrowed down in a recent financial report. Aside from this new window, we don't have any other specifics on when the game will come out. We'll have to wait for more info. In terms of a GTA 6 PC release, an ex-Rockstar dev has explained why GTA 6 won't come to PC at launch. This stuff is very complicated. You know what? I don't blame them. If they don't want to release it on PC right away to make sure that the game is ripe and ready to roll on, consoles first, totally down. Interestingly, GTA 6 will be able to make use of the extra power provided by the PS5 Pro at launch. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but unless Xbox launches a competitor, the best place to play GTA 6 could be Sony's most powerful console. We expect there to be a dedicated PS5 enhanced version of GTA 6, but we'll have to wait and see what Rockstar announces. So GTA 6 was announced on February 4, 2022 via a tweet, and then ultimately this was just confirmation that Rockstar was indeed working on GTA 6. No other details were given aside from the fact that the game was in active development. The GTA 6 trailer was revealed by Rockstar on December 4, 2023, after it leaked online. The trailer was initially scheduled for release the following day, but timelines were shifted. Obviously, guys, this was a epic, awesome trailer. It's 91 seconds long and introduces us to Lucia, one of GTA 6's main protagonists. You also get some gorgeous shots of Vice City's beaches, bars, and even an alligator. What else? Well, we now know that GTA 6 will be set in the state of Leonida, which encompasses Vice City and beyond. In a Newswire post published just after the trailer, Rockstar describes the area as the biggest, most immersive evolution of the Grand Theft Auto series yet. We see a fair few shots of Vice City in the debut trailer, but it's still unclear whether other areas will be included at launch. A Bloomberg report published in 2022 claims that GTA 6's map was much bigger to begin with, encompassing areas based on both North and South America. This was apparently cut back during development, with Rockstar Games shifting and narrowing its focus to Vice City and the surrounding areas. These are likely the swamps and bridges we see in the trailer, based loosely on the Florida Keys. While the smaller launch map may sound disappointing at first, it's worth digging into other parts of the aforementioned report, specifically the fact that GTA 6's map may not remain static post-launch. Apparently, Rockstar plans to update the map with more cities and interior locations after release, mainly to give developers more breathing room and to cut down on overtime while GTA 6 is being worked on. According to Bloomberg, there will be new missions and new map areas added on a regular basis. Totally awesome, dude. Rockstar Games revealed the first trailer for GTA 6 on December 4th. In it, introduced Lucia, one of the main protagonists of GTA 6. According to the leaked gameplay that popped up online early in 2023, GTA 6 could feature 2 playable protagonists. This is backed up by what's shown in the trailer, with Lucia and her partner, currently unnamed, shown pulling off robberies together. In terms of the story, GTA 6 looks set to follow the couple as they attempt to pull off a big score. Aside from that, we know that it'll take place in and around Vice City, and that Lucia has been incarcerated at one point or another. We'll need to wait to hear more on whether GTA 6 will indeed allow players to control Lucia and her partner, but for now we know a lot more about Lucia than the unnamed man shown in the trailer. Given that they both feature on the game's main title card, it's a good bet that there are indeed 2 playable characters. Recently, it was rumored that The Last of Us actor Troy Baker might be playing the male protagonist in GTA 6. Since then, we now know that no, Troy Baker isn't playing Grand Theft Auto 6's male protagonist, with him saying, "I want that guy, whoever it is, to get credit for his work." So that's interesting. Now, they're saying, guys, this is kind of like side note, but something that's really, really cool. GTA 6 is predicted to be one of the biggest entertainment launches in history. This comes from market research firm DFC Intelligence, which states that it is likely to generate more than $1 billion in pre-orders alone. DFC Intelligence predicts that the game will hit a total revenue of $3.2 billion in its first 12 months, which is roughly double what its predecessor Grand Theft Auto 5 achieved in the same time period. They're also reporting publishers are reportedly not announcing firm release dates to dodge GTA 6 launch, which is absolutely crazy. A recent Bloomberg article states that anticipation is so high for GTA 6 that some competing game publishers are waiting as long as possible to commit to their release dates for the fall. This is reportedly so that the publishers can know whether GTA 6 will actually hit its current release window and keep their own games far, far away if it does. Which is wild. I mean, it's wild. Now, GTA 6, they say, is still on track for a fall 2025 release. You know, look, there's a lot of different things, guys. I mean, GTA 6 trailer hits huge views milestone. Nearly 7 months after it launched, the GTA 6 announcement trailer has hit 200 million views on YouTube. It's clear that the gamers are clamoring for more info on the upcoming game, so hopefully we'll hear more soon. There's also people saying that, like, it's one of the most important games in history. In an interview with GI.biz, industry analyst Matt Piscatella commented that GTA 6 will be an extremely important release, not just for Rockstar, but the industry as a whole. There's probably never been a more important thing to ever release in the industry, so no pressure. And I think they're talking about this in that way because GTA 6, we haven't had this kind of anticipation and hype for a game since Fortnite. You know, like in Fortnite, it wasn't even Fortnite the game because it released and then people were finding out about it. But it was like at Fortnite's peak, it was like the pressure of creating awesome seasons, great chapters within the game. This is the most pressure a studio's ever had ever. And it's not probably even close. I mean, this is, yeah, it's wild. Now, Rockstar asks its developers to return to the office 5 days a week as GTA 6 enters the final stretch of its development. As reported by Bloomberg, GTA 6 developers being asked to return to offices as work on the game enters its final stages. Man. So much, man. I'll tell you what, man. I think this game's going to be special. I really do. I'm very excited for it, not only from a story perspective, what they could do with the multiplayer experiences, what they could do with all these different things, I think are going to be, like, I think it's going to be wildly entertaining, wildly exciting, and I can't wait to see, like, what they end up doing. I really can't. I can't wait. But let me know, guys. The question is really for all of you. What do you guys think about this? GTA 6 is coming. Will it hit its launch, month, that being fall of 2025, or is it going to be later? you know, like in 2026? Do you guys think they can hit it? And what do you guys hope comes from GTA 6? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And for more GTA 6 content and videos, keep it right here. And with that down, guys, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to wrap up this very first live stream that, you know, from me in zerodark. I really appreciate all you guys. If you guys have more, you know, questions about zerodark and what we're doing here, definitely go ahead, check us out on our, you know, our websites, social media, all of those different things. Really, really excited, man, about the future of this space and what it can be. But it's going to be up to everybody, all of you, to make this space what it can become. So let's do it, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitch if you haven't already. Check out all of the different videos that we've got posted for 3,000 videos on my YouTube channel, over 100 videos on wereanml. zerodark now has a couple of videos on that channel. We're starting to ramp up now that the space is completed and it's open to the public. Now is the time for us to get back to the content grind. I'm back, guys. I'm back. Love you guys all so much. Thank you so much for all the support and everything else, guys. Cannot wait to share more with all of you. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.